Hello everyone, welcome to a new video of the Indicator Store, and today we are going to explain how to work with indicators that need tick replay enabled. Okay, tick replay is an option that you can find on data series, this one, and if you don't see this option, okay, you need to enable from tools, options, market data, and show tick replay. Okay, with that option you get the other option. Now some indicators need that option, like for example most of the order flow indicators need that option. For example, delta scalper, it is calculating, and there you have the signals. That's okay. You will notice that when I click on reload Ninja script, or when I change a parameter of any of the indicators, it takes some time. Okay, there are several seconds. If I disable tick replay, it says loading, and we get an error because the indicator needs that option to work. But reloading Ninja script is really fast. You don't see nothing here. Let me add, for example, a moving average. If I add a moving average, for example, an HMA of 34, okay, it is almost instant. If I reload Ninja script, there we don't notice any difference. Now, if I enable tick replay, then we need to wait. Each time I change something, we need to wait. But this is not the only problem, because let's say that we want to automate those signals, okay? Okay, we have another problem, reload all historical data. By the way, the tick replay is for historical data, not for live data. Everything that is from now to the past is calculated using tick replay, but not from now to the future, because the data comes live, okay? It enters live. So it is needed to calculate real time. But some indicators also need that option enabled to draw live. Okay, you saw how many times it took to draw that. Now, let's say I want to automate those signals filtered by something. For example, this. Now, how can we automate those signals? First of all, we need to copy the shorts, copy the longs. For that, we use markers copy. And this is my long signal. Entry long. This is the name of the signal. Entry long. Okay. And inside input series, I select the indicator. This indicator is order flow delta scalper. This one. Select the plot that I want to automate by. No? Or let's do this short. Sell signal. Okay. So this will be entry short. And on the copied signal, I want to place, just for checking, yellow big dot, like this. So we should get a dot here. And also, if the indicator works at each tick, I need to copy at each tick. So at each tick. Okay, now we need to wait, calculating. Okay, now we have the signal, and the copied signal is that dot, correct? Now we can do the same for the longs. Here we have more longs. How can I do the longs? I can select the short, right click and copy, click on another place, right click and paste. Now we have another copy. Now it is calculating the second copy. Now we have two entry shorts, so we need to fix that because we cannot be copying on the same variable two different things. So on the second indicator, on the second signal, this one is short entry. Sorry, this is short signal. This is long signal, entry long. And this is the name that should not be duplicated. And it should be entry long. And inside the input series, we select the other plot by signal. Okay. And for the color, let's use green line. Okay. Now we need to wait. Okay. Now we can see here the dots. Okay. Let's make the bars not so big, so now we can see the dots. The triangle is from the indicator, the dot is from the copied indicator. Okay, now if I want to automate this, starting at this moment, I am going to pause the recording each time we need to wait, so we make this more dynamic. So let me add markers so we can automate that. So we go to indicators, markers, and I need the name of the signals. So for the long is entry long, for the short, entry short. So on markers we place entry long, entry short. Okay. Now if I want to finish this, I need to select an ATM. So we can open NinjaTrader, select my preferred ATM, click, select my preferred account, and click. Now if I want to trade all the longs, all the shorts, and then full automatic. So the system is ready. But we can do more things. One of the things is, what if I want to filter with that line? Okay, then we have a problem because using tick replay, one, it is too slow, and second, it is not always working. So let me show you one of the problems. Let me copy this line. So let's call this a trend line. So indicators, markers, copy. This is my trend line. And it is an HMA. I can see it here. It is an HMA of 34. So inside input series, I place HMA. And 34. Okay. And let's use the same drawing style. So we can use a red line, red. line with a widthness of 2. So we can get rid of the original HMA, which is also 2 lines. So we can remove the HMA, and now this copy is my trend line. Trend line. When I click on OK, nothing changes. Okay, nothing changes, but now this is no longer the original HMA. Now this is the copy of an HMA. Okay, you can see this is the trend line is a copy of an HMA. So now we can filter the signal, for example, using the filter. For example, when the line is going up, I want to execute only longs. When the line is going down, I want to execute only shorts. So this short should not be executed. It should be printed, but not executed. This is one of the options, okay? So we go to the indicators and configure markers to use a filter. Enable filters. And how can I say that this line is going up? The name of the line is trend line. Okay, so trend line now, bracket 0, is greater than trend line, brackets 1 bar ago. And the same, but inverted, for the shorts. Okay, let's click on OK. And now we will see that with tick replay enabled, the logical conditions are not always working. Let's see if times it works or not. We should get the result here. Okay. Error in formula. The formula is okay. There's no error. Okay. So we cannot use a filter. Okay. Another method was, let's create a logic where when I have a signal and also the line is going up, paint a signal and execute that signal. For example, I can create a logic with markers logic where the logic is, if I have an entry long is greater than 0, entry long is greater than 0, and also trend line is greater than trend line 1 bar ago. So this will be the condition for a long. Please paint the background in color green and also execute a signal. Okay? Okay. And we get the same error. We should get the same error. Error in formula. Just because the tick replay is enabled. So what can we do? Because I need tick replay for the signals, but I cannot use tick replay on the formula. Okay, entry long is not found, but we know that entry long is this. The name is entry long. Okay, there's no error. What can we do? Very simple. Let's remove this. We can use tick replay with the minimum indicators. For example, we can remove marker logic. Let's do a duplicate of this on another chart without tick replay. Even more, we can place markers on the other indicator. Let me show you. First of all, we need a duplicate. Okay. It is still waiting. Okay, now it is ready. Right click on the title, duplicate, and now we get a duplicate with also tick replay enabled, so we need to wait. We cannot move the window by now. Okay, it looks like working. We can move the chart. All those errors is because there are a lot of variables that are already used here, the entry long, entry short, the trend line. Now, what we can do is on this chart, remove the copies. First of all, let's make it fast. Remove tick replay. So data series, tick replay off. Okay, now we get the error that the indicator is not working. No problem, we remove that indicator. What is not working without tick replay on this chart? Order flow, the copy, and the copy. But markers is working, the trend line is also working, there's no problem with those, no? Okay. Now, trend line is in use here. Now, on the original chart, with tick replay enabled, we only leave the copies. Everything else, so order flow is going to work. The short is the copy, so we can leave this here. We can leave this here. And we remove markers and also the trend line. Okay? Just the minimum. Even more, I can remove the original indicator. It is only for visual and also wasting my time. Okay? Because I only need to copy the signals. Anyway, no problem. Let's leave the triangles and also the dots to paint. So we need to wait. Perfect. Now we have the triangles are the original signals, and the dots are the copied signals, correct? Those signals are global, so now we can access them from here, and this chart is really fast. If I reload NinjaScript, then I have my line, okay? And also, for example, I can enable my filter. Longs are disabled, shorts are enabled. Why are shorts enabled? Because the line is going down. And where is entry long and entry short? They are coming from here, real time. Okay? Now, if I want to draw signals, for example, I want to draw those signals. I can use marker logic. Marker logic. For example, entry short. If I only draw and if I only write entry short that way or with bracket 0 on the current bar, it is optional, and paint the background in red, okay? Then I get the signals. The signals corresponding to, we need to make them match because, let's take a look. Let's go to 417. More or less here, no? Okay. So we have three shorts, and that short at the bottom is this one, because if you look at the okay, now we they are matching, okay? Three shorts, one short extra at the end of the move at the bottom, the same. And the same for the longs, no? We can copy and paste and do the longs. Entry long in color green or lime. Okay, so now we have those three longs, but we can also filter them. Let me join the signal together. So make this histogram in color red. The more important is the fast that we can change things, because here we don't have tick replay. Everything that needs tick replay is on the upper chart, and I don't touch that chart because it is so slow. Let it run without being touched. The histogram in color lime. Okay, and this is unfiltered. Perfect. So now we have the option to execute those signals filtered or unfiltered with this. But also we can draw filtered signals. For example, here, no? This one. This was the example. This short is okay because the line is going down. This long is okay because the line is going up. But what about this short? I don't want to short when the red line is going up. Will it work? Let's see. So we can double click on the short signal and add the filter. And the filter is that end trend line on the current bar. This is for a short, no? No, yes, for a short. So it is less than trend line 1 bar ago. Let me copy this and place it on the longs. The only difference is that it is greater, no less. Greater. Okay? Now, shorts going down, longs going up. This short is going down. Okay, so we are filtering the signals. Now I can create more filtered signals, okay, and very fast, because I can access markers parameters, like for example the time where I want to trade from 8 a.m. and when I click on OK, it is ready to work. I don't need all the time that we need on this chart, and the signals are copied real time here and executed on this other chart at the bottom. Okay, so this is a method where we can do the minimum configuration on the tick replay chart and do everything else on another chart, where we can filter, add more conditions, etc. Like for example, joining signals, as we saw on another video. On this chart, for example, we don't need chart trader, so we can turn it off. Even more, we don't need to be watching at that chart, just checking that the signals are correctly copied. Okay, this way. Just looking at this, and we can work on this chart. Okay, hope this video has been useful. If you have any question or comment, you can contact me on the chat room that we have on Discord. If you are interested in markers, let me know. We have a good discount currently. Thank you, everyone. Bye bye.